Evelyn to Phil, December 30th, 1942, 8:30 p.m. Dearest, what a day. Mom and I got together and we worked hard all day, and you should see this place. You should have seen it before to really appreciate it. Everything is so neat and clean. I weighed Adele today and she's now 8 pounds 1 ounce. Doing nicely, don't you think? The tailor brought our things today. That's what I call service. And the entire bill was only $3. He gave me a very special bargain. He says he will only charge me $1.75 to clean, page 2, the entire set of parlor covers. They are very dirty, and at that inexpensive price, I can well afford to have clean covers. And sweet, what's more, he found two U.S. pins in the pocket of the OD shirt, the ones you were looking for, remember? I hope you need them. Everything came out beautifully. My dress coat looked stunning after he left, however. I noticed that he neglected to bring my green sport jacket. I hope it isn't lost. I have a few other things to clean, and then my wardrobe will be in order and ready for wear. I'm disappointed because Sharp and Dome neglected to send you even a teeny bonus check. What about the $3.45 I'm supposed to receive monthly? Are they, or are they, page 2, not going to send it? It rained and poured continuously from Saturday night till this afternoon. Now there's a strong wind blowing. I received your letter December 28th, and it was very sweet indeed. As for sending you a key, I think it's foolish. I'm up all hours of the night with Adele, remember? Exactly or approximately what hour do you expect to get home, and I'll try to be up. I'll leave the door unlocked if you give me an idea of when to expect you, and you can roll right in beside me because I've been sleeping, page 4, alone for quite some time. We are having Goldie's folks for dinner Friday night. I'm holding the package Harry and Goldie was to have sent you. Jack and Gloria go on the afternoon shift next month. Jack from 3 to 11 and Glo from 4 to 12. They threw Mrs. Stumacher, 4922, out on her ear today. She was supposed to move out because they sold the property, but she couldn't find another house. The neighbors couldn't get over it. All her furniture was soaked by the rain. Poor woman. I'm enclosing a letter I received from Milt. A 40-mile hike. Imagine. How do they do it? Next week this time, I'll pull you very close, kiss you 1,000,000 times, and tell you over and over how much I love you. Evie. Philip to Evelyn, Wednesday, December 30th, 4:30 p.m. Darling Mommy, last night on the way back from the movies, American Empire, it suddenly occurred to me that I had failed to mention Adele's first birthday in my letter, although I had mentioned to Klein that my daughter was 1 month old today. This distressed me no end. I could have kicked myself. No doubt you are thinking I am a very forgetful or indifferent daddy. This is exactly the opposite of the truth. How dare you even think so? The infant girl you keep insisting is occupying the crib in our bedroom seems from here a mere figment of someone's imagination, and I'll really believe it only when I see her with my own 2 eyes and feel her with my own 2 hands. Do you realize, sweet, that I haven't so much as touched her yet? I must confess that I'm still a little leery about holding her, but I hope to get over this absurd fear while I'm home. Less than a week to go, and it seems ages and ages away. Received your Monday letter this morning, and was glad to read that the matter of the door was taken care of so promptly. Glad, too, that you sent some clothes to the cleaner, because I want to see you at your best. By the way, did you remove the living room slip covers yet? I think it would be a good idea if you left it for me. I imagine it's quite a job. However, one particular line in your letter didn't please me one little bit. The one about not knowing who to borrow from. I know the drain on your money this month has been uncommonly, page 2, heavy, and that you're broke. I know too that you'll need money before you get your next check. But I definitely do not approve of borrowing from Mom, Harry, or anyone else. Not while you have an alternative. After all, you can repay your bank account when you get your check just as well as you can repay anyone. I think you are strong enough to get to the bank, or am I entirely mistaken? It would be better for all concerned if you do not borrow every time you run short. First, I hate to obligate myself in this way, and I dislike it where you're concerned too, honey. Secondly, even if they can spare the money for a short time, they may need it unexpectedly before you can pay it. This would create resentment, although you wouldn't be conscious of it. Finally, I know how much it annoys you to have everyone aware of your financial status. Then why on earth do you let yourself in for it? On the other hand, I can't conceive any possible advantage to be gained by borrowing from the family rather than from the bank. I realize, baby, that it was a physical impossibility for you to get to the bank at first, and were thus forced to ask Harry, and I hold no brief with you for it. But if you persist in this habit when you are capable of getting to the bank, then, well, I won't say what my reaction will be, you know. I think I've made myself plain. I know you'll accede to my wishes in the matter, sweet, and act accordingly. Let's hope you won't have the need to deplete your reserves after this. I think that after you have cleared your debts, $62 a month should be more than sufficient for your and Adele's needs. Remember, that's all you are to concern yourself with, and stop worrying about bills that are none of your business. I hate to lecture you like this, Page 3, Chippy, but I feel it my duty to direct you along certain lines when I feel you are doing the wrong thing. I know you'll agree that it is better to discuss these things between us so that we may decide on the proper course of action than to remain silent until the wrong course brings its inevitable results. Disharmony, bad feeling, trouble. I'm grateful to you, dear, for writing so intimately and so frankly about everything that concerns you. Else how would I know what your problems are? I finally found the one advantage that being away from you gives me, that of being able to consider your circumstances and your problems objectively. You'd be surprised, Ev, if you knew how much easier it is to analyze and observe and correct when one is on the outside looking in rather than on the inside looking in. The weather here continues rainy. Today I was on a detail that went to Columbus by truck to pick up some truck parts for instruction purposes. There were 7 privates and 2 sergeants in the detail. It took all of us to put each one of 5 rear ends on the truck. While this was heavy work, it did not inconvenience us nearly as much as the bitter cold rain driving in our faces. Monday we're supposed to start to a new school here on base. Its purpose is to familiarize us with trucks and what makes them tick. We'll all be thankful for the opportunity to learn something. I hope it's not like the last dismal effort our sergeants made to hold classes. But Tuesday is the day, for it is then that I'll start for home and my precious babies, Evelyn and Adele. Long may they wait, sweetheart. Words, page 4, cannot express my eagerness to know once again that sweetest of sensations that would be, of course, holding you in my arms and making us one. This is one dream that loses nothing in the realization. When that moment becomes real, I shall begin living in the real sense of the word, where I left off when I left you December 4th. I adore you, my own sweet wife. Tell the princess her daddy will come to her soon. My love to all. Oh yes, by the time you read this, it will be time to say a happy and victorious New Year to one and all from Phil. P.S. Sorry to report that I haven't received Harry's and Goldie's package as yet, nor Eddie's. Hope they were insured. Phil's cousin Milton S. Brown to Evelyn, Thursday. Dear Evelyn, received your letter and was very glad to hear from you. Glad to hear that you are feeling fine, and I wish you lots of luck with your new baby girl. As far as Phil going to school to learn to be a mechanic, don't worry about it, as it is a good job compared to some of the work in the Army. He also can get a rating and more money easily in that type of work. That is what I'm going to try to get in if I get a chance. The weather here is damp and everybody in camp has a cold. Sorry to hear that my aunt is not feeling well, and I hope she recovers soon. We are working plenty hard here and not have much time to ourselves as they, page 2, are always keeping us on the go. We had a 40-mile hike yesterday with full field equipment, and it rained all day. I don't know how I made it, but I did, and came back soaking wet. Last night we received a Christmas present from the officers in our company, consisting of cigarettes, candy, and fruit. Our captain made a speech, and he said, "Men, I have been in the service for 23 years, and this is the toughest bunch of men I have trained yet." He also stated, "We have done things many other companies have failed to do. So Harry is a new man now. Well, I think it will do him a lot of good to settle down, as I know it will do him a lot of good." Well, that's almost all the news for the present time. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and may next year be a brighter one. Give my regards to all. Milton.